After 28 weeks, the world has been frozen, so that all of humanity has also been frozen in a layer of ice. Somewhere there was a young man who was trying to live by exploring every place to get food. But while he was walking, an earthquake occurred in that place. The ground split and he fell into the ravine. But he tried to survive by sticking his hook into the edge of the crack. But he couldn't hold it and fell, but lucky for him, he fell into the deep snow. He fell in a place where there was a building, and that luck was only temporary, because suddenly there was a monster called a white skin. Then the monster chased him until he ran away in fear. It seemed like this man had had a great deal of luck because of the layer of ice above the landslide, resulting in the monster being hit by the ice. However, this man was also affected by the ice avalanche, but unexpectedly, he got up again as if nothing had happened. There was a strange object visible on the back of the man's neck, but this man still didn't know it and ignored him. Then he went out with the food. He went home to his underground resting place. The conditions underground were very scary because there were people trapped inside with low food supplies. He had to go home immediately because there were several people who seemed to be threatening him. He managed to enter the house safely, however, there was a woman waiting for him inside. They chatted inside, and the man gave the girl his chocolate. But this girl didn't seem to like it because the food she got was only a little. He was confused because he had not found proper food for himself and he planned to eat or plant these seeds. He took out the monster meat he got and tried to grill it, even though this meat was poisonous. Then he remembered something about Valentine's Day and tried to meet his girl Ming Ming. But he didn't find it there. It seemed like there was a knock on the door outside and it seemed like it was Ming Ming. Upon opening the door, it was so unexpected that he was immediately hit by a baseball hit by a man, causing him to bounce and fall to the ground. Ming Ming was seen together with this man, then this person was seriously injured in the face. Ming Ming betrayed him because she felt offended by just being given a bar of chocolate and accused him of hiding his food all this time. This injured man's name is Mo. He was betrayed by his girlfriend and accused of hiding food. Then now, Mo is told to lose or follow the rude man. But Mo didn't lie because he really didn't have any food anymore, and he was beaten until he couldn't move. The man's colleague had searched the house and only found rotten seeds and lumps of monster flesh. This rude man took something out of his pocket, and this will be bad for Mo. That cannot be avoided. Mo doesn't want this to happen in his life, and something happens to him. Suddenly, a strange thing happened. He just woke up in his office. Mo was confused and convinced that he had experienced an unpleasant incident but was still alive. And this was 28 hours of life before the world froze. In a world that had almost 24 hours left before it froze. These people, from protesters, upper classes, to gangsters, don't know about the freezing world and still live life as usual. For Mo, but there is one person who knows about this situation, namely Ming Ming. He knew that Ming would contact him now because in his previous life Mo knew that Ming would betray him. Then Mo decides to end the relationship with Ming. It looks like Mo doesn't care about Ming anymore. Mo got a second life and he's planning something before this world freezes in 24 hours. Because he knew in his previous life, so he thought of collecting food ingredients. The community is no longer organized. Because of this, Mo only has 1 hour to collect food. When he was planning to collect supplies, the police were suspicious of Mo and told him to raise his hands. They suspected Mo was a thief, and the police immediately checked Mo. Because this policeman was still very amateur, he was scared when Mo took the book out of the bag. Then suddenly he shot at Mo. While heading towards Mo, he thought about staying alive with strong determination. Suddenly, there was a blue aura that appeared all over Mo's body. With that power, Mo can see the direction of the bullet well, because time seems to slow down. He immediately froze the bullet with his strength, then walked at high speed, and hit the policeman in the face. This police veteran doesn't know what's going on and is terrified when faced with Mo. Mo doesn't even know what happened to him at this time. Mo was very shocked by what happened at this time. He didn't know what happened. I tried to regain his strength by shooting the gun at the mirror. Unexpectedly, he was able to catch the bullet again. I was very surprised by his current ability of strength that relies on speed. Then he got an idea of the current state of the Earth in less than 28 hours. Before that happened, he would make quick preparations with this power. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door at Mao's house, and it turned out to be the owner of the house who rented it to Mo. She was confused that there were gunshots in Mao's house, but Mao avoided it and defended that it didn't come from him. He started planning to make preparations for survival needs at a nearby supermarket. Mao managed to shop for his survival needs quickly, leaving the cashier confused and receiving a message from him. Then suddenly a robber came and threatened the cashier. The robber asked for money from the cashier, but cold air suddenly came over the room. Seen at the door was a strange, tall creature with a cold air. The robbers were surprised to see the strange monster, and they shot at the monster. But it didn't work, and the monster began to respond with cruel things to the robber. Besides that, instead of running away, the cashier went live to the robbers who were attacked. Then the police saw the cashier's live streaming and were shocked. But at the same time, there is a dangerous message from the government. Mao went to the logistics bureau and realized that this threat had already occurred. Then the city was already experiencing a strange cold. The cold has arrived in the city of Brooklyn. This is not an ordinary event because the Bureau of Homeland Security is involved. On the other hand, Mo is trying to do something. And in another place, there is a man who is interrogating someone because he is considered to have made a fatal mistake. This person had wronged someone important and he would soon suffer the consequences. The man had finished his task and he immediately committed a disgraceful act. But at the same time, a strange incident occurred. In other places, Mo has finished all of his business, namely securing a place to plant plants. But this is not enough. Mo plans to create his own perfect survival space. The freezing had been going on for an hour, and he had to hurry quickly because time was the key. But someone knocked on the door. It turned out to be the security of the place. They came because the heating machine was broken, but Mo knew that in his previous life, when Mo wanted to repair the machine had been broken. And now he had to fix it quickly. When I wanted to repair it, it turned out that the heating machine was on top, even though the heating machine should be on top. Mo was already under the basement and had repaired the machine, but he saw a strange liquid. There is a big monster behind the shadows that attacks the security. The monster is called White Skin, which you have met before. The creature immediately attacks the other security and Mo tries to protect the security with his new powers. The security was saved and Mo tried to get out and quickly left the place. Unexpectedly, Mo was already running as fast as his strength could, but the creature was able to catch up to him and keep up with his speed. Even Mo is in danger now. Maybe because Mo was carrying this person, his speed was reduced. Then he threw the person out of this place through the exit. Mo analyzes his own creatures and powers. Why was the creature able to chase him when he was carrying the security guard? And do its strengths have weaknesses in certain situations? When analyzing, he seemed to already have the answer to the question. And this is related to the security named Mr. Joe along with the rocks around him. When Mo met White Skin before, all he thought about was running away. But the current situation is different as long as the estimate is correct. The hunted can become the hunter. Mo also prepared for a counterattack against the White Skin creature. He started aiming at the rock he picked up, then threw the rock at the White Skin with his strength. And it worked, as it was thought that the ability only had an effect on targets that had been contaminated by the energy. As long as they are exposed to energy, Mo can accelerate objects and increase them, even the smallest stones. But unexpectedly, a blue liquid like White Skin came out of Mo's body and he fell to the ground. And Mr. Joe immediately helped Mo, who had fallen to the ground. When he fell asleep, it seemed like many people were helping him, but he still couldn't move. In his dim eyes, he saw someone calling a doctor, and the doctor immediately did something for Mo. It seemed like he was trying to be saved by the doctor. Mo was still unconscious. He is currently under the care of the female doctor. The doctor was amazed by what she found in the samples from Mo's body, because the blood shows no difference from normal blood and the blue fluid is separated from the blood. Then the doctor continued observing Mo. At the same time, Mo finally immediately woke up from his situation. He didn't know what was happening to him, and the doctor told him not to move much at this time. Mo wants to know who this doctor is, but she is reluctant to tell him for a reason. But he could call them Dr. Zhao. Then Dr. Zhao continued his examination of Mo, and she was interested in Mo's current condition. The temperature in the city of Brooklyn is currently minus 29 Celsius. This is the lowest temperature ever recorded. Humans will not be able to survive in an environment with a temperature of minus 29 Celsius. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Mo is being checked by Zhu and his temperature is at 11 Celsius. Mo thought this was because of his strength, but he couldn't stay in this place and he had to quickly complete his plan. When Zhao finds out what Mo has, she speculates that Mo has superpowers. But Mo tried to dodge it and he planned to escape from here. But he still hasn't recovered from the current situation. It seems like Mo already knew when the clock struck 2:52 p.m. what was happening. Someone and his subordinates were in room 509. It seemed like they had unwanted guests. Zhou told Mo to lie still and close his eyes, even though he was already conscious. This man immediately entered the room and he learned that there was a man being treated in this place. But Zhu gave this man the right answer. Mo knew this man was called Lu Delong in his previous life. If possible, you want to beat Lu right now, but circumstances don't allow it. But Lu seemed to know that Mo was just pretending and he immediately tested it with something. When this man tried to do something, Zhou stopped him by slapping his cheek at Lu. Finally, Lu humbled himself and apologized because his actions had undermined Dr. Zhou's abilities. However, Lu doesn't seem like he will just accept this problem because he is already looking after this clinic. When the man was gone, Mo woke up and he had a lot of questions about all this for Zhao. But right now, what he needed was his clothes. In the basement room, they were chatting with each other about this extreme weather that wouldn't get better in a few days. And it seems like the news from the government has also stopped, usually every 20 minutes. Apart from that, Mr. Zhou was seen being detained there. Mr. Zhou was angry at Lu's behavior because Everyone in this apartment must find food and hand it to Lu so that the heating in this apartment is not turned off. The rules that Lu made were so unfair that they made Mr. Joe angry, and the resident of 409, namely Mo, seems to be Mo's target, but because of what Xiao has said. Lu can no longer use Mo now, and Mr. Joe is shocked to hear the news. Elsewhere, Mo is putting on his clothes and Zhu tells him to come over to him. Joe told him that Mo had been asleep for 6 days and a lot had happened. From the current situation, Lu Delong had control of the entire heating system in this apartment, and he wanted an exchange of supplies for the apartment residents as payment for heating the room. Otherwise, Lu will cut off their room heater. The residents obeyed Lu's request and were determined to go out to look for food in this worst winter. As a result of Zhao's story, Mo's thoughts at the moment are only anger towards Lu, which has culminated in the consequences in his previous and current lives. Mo asks Zhu to make him recover. Zhu agrees, but with an offer. Namely, Mo must be willing to become the object of Zhao's research. But Zhou says this won't have a negative effect on Mo. And Mo was willing. They both reached an agreement. Zhao researches Mo not without reason, because his body has something special. That is, there are special substances that absorb thermal radiation, and these substances can convert thermal radiation into energy that the human body can use. However, before absorbing a certain amount, your body will be cold. Simply put, his body has a medium that can store energy, and his current condition is starvation. To get this large amount of energy, Mo has to eat a lot of food, and Zhao doesn't have that much supply, but Mo already has a plan. Mo returned to his apartment, but there he saw 2 of Lu's subordinates staking out his place. But as long as you're safe going to the apartment, it's not a problem. But something undesirable happened. They cut the heating in Mo's room, causing the room to freeze. This was all because of Lu, and Mo currently needs high-calorie food. And he also found chocolate. It reminded him of bad memories about himself. Mo also ate the chocolate, but he ate it non-stop and in large portions, so that he experienced a strange thing, mainly that his body experienced burning heat, and that made him almost lose control. Suddenly someone came. It turned out they were Lu's subordinates. The 2 of them didn't know that this person was Mo. On the other hand, Zhu looks at the body condition of Mo, and this is bad because the amount of glycogen is too much. As a result of this, Mo lost control of himself and prepared to face Lu's subordinates. 72 hours ago, Zhou checked the basement, and she found something interesting, so she took it. While she was there, Zhou looked at the monitor. Maybe she should go there to find out what was going on. At the same time, a voice was heard using a loudspeaker. Someone was instructed to prepare supplies, and the direction of the sound came from the control room where Mr. Zhou was on duty. It appeared that Mr. Zhou was unconscious. The person says that a warm room is in return. It turns out that this rephrasing comes from Lu and reflects the seriousness of the actions taken at this time. Lu immediately turned off the heating for a while. On the other side, Mo was facing his thoughts, which were full of anger towards Lu Delong. Hearing this name, Mo became very aggressive and attacked Lu's subordinate. He grabbed the person's body. Strange things happened to Lu's subordinates. At the same time, in his mind, there was only Lu, and Mo immediately pushed the person out of the way until he fell down. The person's body is very strange and makes people who see it shocked. Lu's other subordinates were confused by this person. Mo seemed to be possessed by a fierce and uncontrollable power that made him surrounded by a red aurora all over his body. This person also attacked Mo with his stick, and again, what Mo saw was Lu Dulong because his mind was confused. Mo also avoided this person's attack with his speed until his back was turned. Mo also tried to provoke this person with his speed, which was not like normal people. And at the end of the fight, it was very clear that Mo succeeded in defeating his opponent easily. At the same time, someone comes looking like Ming Ming and tries to do something to Mo. That happened and Mo couldn't move. But it turns out that the one who did it to Mo was Zhou. No need to worry, Zhu just give him insulin to calm Mo back down. However, she was surprised by Mo's current actions, because the plants that had almost withered had all returned to growing very fertile.
Thank you, friends, for joining us on this exciting adventure in the world of Manhwa in today's Manhwa recap. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on every exciting episode.